What's going on, everyone? My name is Nicholas Merton here at DataDash, and today is September 19th of 2018. Well, folks, I hope you all are having a wonderful day today. Today, I want to spend some time to try to answer a question that many people have been asking me within the cryptocurrency space. That has to do with what altcoins I'm watching. As we've been seeing Bitcoin hold among 6,000 for the past few months, and Bitcoin's price get to a moment where it's either going to most likely have a major breakout to the upside or a breakdown to lower prices due to a technical pattern it's been forming, it's about time, I think, that we spend a little bit of time talking about what altcoins might be potentially good plays if the market moves higher. I'm not only going to be talking about the general theme of what I'm watching going into 2018 here, but I'm also going to be talking about three major plays, one of which I've entered into, and two of which I'm waiting to enter into at the moment. But before we dive into all this, guys, and dive into the general theme and also the cryptocurrencies that I'm watching, again, as always, it's not financial advice, guys. You've got to go out there, do your own research, see what you see when you do your own TA, as well as the fundamental analysis around it. You have to encompass the whole practice around it to really win at trading. So anyways, let's go ahead and spend some time to talk about this. So I want to spend some time to get the general theme before we dive into the specific cryptocurrencies. And I think you guys will already know generally what I'm looking forward to going into the close of 2018, as well as a little bit into 2019. And that is really the shift from the protocol plays, which was really the theme back in 2017, into peer-to-peer digital currencies. I think, again, I'm probably beating a dead horse by this point, but again, what we were seeing in Venezuela and Argentina and a variety of emerging markets with the currency crises and economic crises that they're facing, cryptocurrencies serve as a perfect conduit to switch from traditional fiat to a payment solution that is not only retaining a relative amount of its value comparative to these failing fiat currencies, but also might gain in value over time due to their deflationary properties. So let's go ahead, spend some time to talk about these. Some of these will be relatively familiar names to most of you. The first one we're going to take a look at here is NANO. Now, you've heard me rant on about NANO a ton, and again, NANO had a massive rally. It was one of the best performers back in August, actually, from what was actually the most oversold cryptocurrency ever since back in December. And again, I was actually in a trade back here around the mid 3,000 Satoshi range. I entered my first position up here and was quite down on the trade, but I averaged down and I actually turned it out to being a profitable trade. So the thing is right now, guys, I'm not currently in NANO at the moment. This is one of the trades that I'm currently waiting for. At the moment, NANO is holding quite nice amongst the 100-day moving average for its Bitcoin comparative. And we also saw, again, a very nice rally from what was around, and we'll take a look at the USD chart as well, around 80 to 90 cents, all the way up to around $3. It was around $3.50 or 60 cents, as we'll take a look at in just a moment. So a lot of strength and a lot of volume coming in off these lows. Again, definitely coming in, scrapping down at these lows, which again were the price was generally oversold, so it was quite understandable to have such a big rally. And what's nice is that with every great rally, we tend to get a correction. But unlike most other times in the past where we tend to get a rally on NANO and a very, very clear downtrend breaking down even to further lows, this time we've actually started to change the trend. And this is what you want to spot when you're trading on these big swings here. Again, as you all know, I'm a macro trader. I like to play the big swings. So we can start to see that we're making higher lows here. And if we continue to do this, if we continue to hold this level of support here around 2,750 Satoshis like we did last time, I think we could very well move higher here. Now, we'll go ahead and talk about the levels of what I'm currently trading. I'm actually trading this and all the other currencies in the USD comparatives, but at least in the sense of measurement of where I'm going to be entering and then also exiting. But I'm expecting that NANO is most likely going to come down here to the 50-day moving average and is going to hit this line right here, which was previous resistance before we had the breakout. Again, I think you need to solidify this as support. We came down, tested this level, and rebounded, but I want to see it again holding on the 50-day slightly higher than where we were back about a week ago. So let's go ahead and talk about the USD comparative, and I'll talk about my entry prices. Again, you got to determine this for yourself, guys. At the moment, I'm not at a point at least where I feel extremely confident in regards to crypto markets rallying to dramatic new highs. Again, I've been more neutral as of recent. We need a lot of catalysts to come in before I can rise some of these levels here, but I'll go ahead and show you how I'm trading NANO if I actually enter into the position. I'm hoping to enter in around $2 or generally roughly around where the 50-day is on the Bitcoin comparative. and I have a stop around $1.50. But outside of that, I've got some trades, the trades going up to much higher levels. I believe that we're going to revisit not only the highs here around $3.60, but also I believe we can reach up to $5. This was my original target. Originally, when I was averaging down, I thought the momentum would really pick up. And we did have a great trade, but it didn't have enough to really kick into gear. And we need crypto markets, I think, to enter more into a bullish tone before we can really see anything like that. So I have the other 50% here. If we get above the 200-day, I have no doubt that if we get above the 200-day, that this is going to continue to rally. We might see it where price starts to curve up here, has to gain support on the 200-day, and then comes up and continues to rally. If that's the case, I might raise up that other 50%, but at the moment, these are my general targets, and they make for pretty good trades going into the close of the year. So I'm going to be, again, patient on this one, hopefully get my entry on it. If not, my entry would be, if we can't get the entry down here at $2, my entry would be around $2.82, as it would start to curve up price and the momentum would probably start to kick in. So that's my trade on Nano. Again, this is just one play. I have not entered into it yet. I'll be sure to let you all know if I do. Going on here, I want to talk about the trade that I have entered into, and that is Dash. Now, you've heard me talk a lot about Dash because I got to be fair, guys. Whereas it seems little to no cryptocurrencies out there are actually making serious marketing efforts and have kind of gone quiet during this bear market, Dash is out there killing it. Again, you can say what you want about Dash if you like it, if you don't. As a play right now, as a trade, I'm very interested in it for a few different reasons. Fundamentally, they're getting real adoption in Venezuela. Merchants are skyrocketing at the moment in actual markets that need Dash and other cryptocurrencies. But along with that as well, this builds buzz around the cryptocurrency. It gets headlines going. And again, as traders, speculation and hype do come into play here. So we have to factor that into the trading in regards to what we're looking at in the market. But as we take a look here, volume across exchanges here, and I'll even take it to Binance for those who want to see a little bit more volume or actual more liquid market rather than Poloniex. We can see volume has been rising not only as prices are a little bit cheaper, but also as incentive and excitement around the currency has gathered some interest. But I want to go ahead and spend some time to talk a little bit about the different kind of indicators here. We want to take a look at the RSI. If we take a look at the weekly here, and I'll take it to an exchange that has a little bit more price history so we can really see this. We'll go here, for example, to Poloniex. We can see that Dash has not been this oversold on the weekly since all the way back in 2015. So again, these are not the points where we want to get fearful on cryptocurrencies when Dash has not only, or excuse me, from its lows had gone down to 1.6 comparative to Bitcoin, but also in the USD comparison went down, I think about around 8 times if we take a look here. Going here to the USD valuation is we went down to about actually it was a 1/10 reduction down to 1/10 of what it previously was back during the December highs at $1,600 down to $160. So again, this is where we want to start getting a little bit interested in this. Not to mention a few key things here. Not only are oversold on the RSI, like we stated before, but also got a bounce off of a key level here back, which was support back through May all the way to August, and a bounce off of the 200-week moving average. Again, the longer term cycles, you want to use the weekly moving averages, and if you can get something off the 200, a clear rebound like we got, that shows that investors are watching this one. So let's go ahead here, spend some time to take a look here on the daily. What is my current trade setup going in to the close of 2018? Well, I have a relatively tight stop on this around $160. I currently got in around this range, around $190 to $200, and I'm hoping to make a trade all the way up to eventually around $500 being the closing price. Around 25% of my position will be closed at $500. Another 25% will be closed at $400, but a half of my position will be closed around $300. So half of my position making 50%, the rest going higher, letting my hopefully letting my runners continue to ride here. I want to let Dash continue to go if it's got the momentum behind it. If we can get above this 200-day, I have no doubt that we're going to continue moving higher in this market. Again, nothing too serious, nothing too far from what we've seen here in the relative past back in April. But again, remaining patient, remaining vigilant, and again, being adjustable if markets start to take a more positive tone. If we get some catalysts on Bitcoin, they can carry altcoins even higher. So again, RSI was oversold. Momentum is looking good in the market. I like Dash as a play. And again, fundamentally, they've got some of the best marketing strategies out of any cryptocurrency. I have to say that. Give them full credit for that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the third one here, XMR or Monero. Monero has gained a lot of attention as of recent because, again, Monero has a very, very easy trading pattern to read here. Now, it's not proven that, again, historical trends are always going to repeat, but we can see in this case that there's a pretty safe bet that when Monero reaches down towards this green line, it's the good first level for an entry point. And we can start to see here that Monero is showing some resilience in this market, where some protocols and other currency plays or tokens right now are remaining relatively towards their lows, or looking to break those lows. Monero is showing some very nice resilience. Now, what we're currently seeing, I would say, that would give it one slight bit of bearishness is the fact that we have yet to really hold above the 100-day moving average. I think more than anything, you're going to see this come down towards the 50-day once more, and this is going to give us a nice entry around a big even of $100. But once you get to that range, I think this is going to be the last point before we really start to consolidate and move higher. We've seen this in the past here again, where we've had periods where the price is moving sideways and then continues to have a massive rally within one day. So the big thing I want to emphasize, again, you can see we built in a wedge here, had a breakout and a breakdown. You can see price gets a little bit shaky in this range. But the big thing I always emphasize to people is to not let yourself get kind of shooken out of the trade, meaning that pretty much getting stopped out, and being sure to have a nice range where you can have protection to not lose all of your money if you're investing in Monero, but also not to get stopped out by these kind of traders that can push the price, especially the larger institutions and whales. So big point here again, want to see the support on the 50-day. Let's go ahead and take a look at the USD comparison. Again, not only nice because of the fact that we were oversold here, and we can see that it's tendent that if you go to the RSI and you're oversold on Monero, it's a time for prices to move higher, as we've seen most times in the past. And we can also see that as well as that, we've gotten past this line of resistance here. We're making resistance support here. As you can see, price rode along this line of resistance and got a rebound. If we can not only continue to do that, but also make higher lows, this is going to get very, very exciting. So what are my entry points and what is my stop? So my entry point right here is around $100. Again, you don't always want to wait for the big evens. You might buy it at $101. Maybe you might think it's going a little bit lower, maybe wait a few dollars under that. But I think roughly you're going to find support around $100 here over the next day or so. And we've got a stop down here around $75. My exit points are at $150. That's going to be my 50% mark here for 50% of my position, and then another 25% and 25% around $180 and $200. Again, this one isn't expected to make as big of gains as the other two players that I'm currently watching. However, I do believe Monero is a steady, stable runner here. I think more than anything, it's got a lot of eyes in it. Volume has been bouncing back into the market. I like to see the actual organic volume that's coming back into Monero. Not to mention, again, that this is the largest privacy coin play, and out of the market right now, there's really no privacy coins that have a lot of liquidity coming through. And this is a key thing as well to keep in mind, guys. I understand there's a lot of peer-to-peer digital currencies out there that might have more room for growth, that might have some great tech that I'm not seeing. Again, I've talked about a lot of these in the past on the channel, but I want to be fair with you all. I've learned that in this market right now, it's very important to have liquid currencies right now, markets that are not only cryptocurrencies that are not only on a variety of exchanges in this market, but also have a good amount of volume trading through. Because to be fair, where volume is stagnant right now, you're not going to get any serious moves in cryptocurrencies that don't have the volume trading through them. But we can see Monero, Dash, and Nano have got that right now. And what's nice to see is that it doesn't seem like it's much market maker volume. It seems very organic at the moment. A lot of larger investors and also retail investors getting excited in the peer-to-peer digital currency trend. Anyways, that's it for the video, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. What do you all think about these three picks? Do you guys think there's one out there that I missed? If you do think there's one out there that I missed, leave it down in the comments down below. And don't just tell me what it is. Tell me why you love it. I'd love to hear from what you guys think is going on in the market and what do you all think might be the top play at the moment. But again, as always, guys, this isn't official financial advice. You got to go out there and do your own TA, do your own research. It's just simply my opinion and my current trading positions. Anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Stay tuned.